Hi and welcome to this video for Boy Girl Boy Designs. In this video we're going to be making this Halloween pencil treat kit that is perfect to give to trick-or-treaters, to your kids, grandkids, or children's classmates. And Madeline is going to help me today in making this video. To start out with, I saw this tutorial a couple years ago and I've kind of tweaked it a little bit because I like to get the Halloween pencils, and the one I found, it was too tall to where you couldn't really see the pencil design, so I've tweaked it a little bit to make it to where you can actually see the what's on the pencils as well. So to start off with, we're going to have a piece of cardstock. I used the Rich Razzleberry today, and it is 5 3/8 inches by 3 5/8 inches long. And then for our scoring dimensions, we're going to use our Simply Score tool. And then I'm going to zoom in here at the top. Alright, so on the long side, which is the 5 3/8, we're only going to score once at the bottom. And it's going to be at the 3/8 mark, which is the third line in on this score tool. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to score at that same 3/8. Again at 5, or at 1 5/8, which is one line past 1.5 inches. We're going to score it at 2. And then we're going to score it at 3 1/4, which is the one larger line over. So you have your score lines on your paper. So we're going to zoom back out. Alright.
Put that back in first.
Alright. Now, for our cuts, we're going to cut these little marks, the little score lines on the bottom 3/8. We're going to cut those 3 and then cut the 4th one off. And then we're just going to fold on our score lines. And then we're going to use sticky strip to adhere it together, and you want to adhere it on the one long edge and the one bottom flap next to it. And to save time, I've already gone ahead and done that. I don't know. There you go. You can see it on there. So do you want to peel the sticky strip off? Yep. And we're just going to, basically these two flaps that are both 3/8 of an inch long, just basically get taped together, and then we're going to fold the two small pieces in, and then this piece with sticky strip gets folded in, and then the next piece just gets folded down on top of it. And there we have our box, and it holds 4 of the Halloween pencils or any kind of seasonal pencils perfectly in the box. There is a little wiggle room, so you do want to put them in a bag so they don't come out. So next we're going to work on our edge piece, which we have a piece of basic black that is 2 inches by the 5 3/8. And then again we're going to use our scoring tool, and we're going to make the exact same score lines. And then when we go to wrap this around, it won't be perfect, but it's a basic idea for where we want our marks to be. So we want the 3/8, the 1 5/8, 2 inches, and then 3 1/4. And then we're going to use our scallop trim border punch. Do you want to do this part?
Yeah.
And then to attach this piece to the box, I use again a piece of sticky strip on the other side. Flip it over. And then basically we're just going to stick, hold on a second, let me tell you where. We're going to stick it on the 2 outer edge pieces. We'll just put yours down first. Alright, and then just fold on the score lines. And then remove
sticky tape.
the red backing. You can move it to the side. It's going to be a long video if you go this low. Alright, and then to get the edges, so we have the edge piece back here. So I want one of the flaps on the left side. So I'm just going to basically wrap it around to the back and then push the front down last. That way both of my edge pieces are facing towards the back on that.
And then we're gonna stamp it with this. Then we're going to color it with the skeleton face
from the Spooky Bingo Bits on a piece of scrap
White.
Whisper White. And then I have my markers handy, so I'm just gonna mark them up real quick with a marker.
And you don't get too much on it, then it will be too inky.
Alright, and then we're going to use our 1-inch circle punch
Small circle punch.
to punch out the skeleton. Alright, you want to punch it? Alright. We're going to use the next one, which is the 1 1/4-inch circle punch and a piece of scrap old olive, and you can tell what I've been using this one for.
Lot of circles as that roll around.
Then we're going to use a piece of basic black.
Flower.
Nope, the 1 3/8 circle punch.
And there's our circles. And then we're going to use the ochre flower punch.
The 1 3/4 scallop circle with a piece of pumpkin pie. That one's hard. Let me do this one.
Oh, that was loud.
Yeah, that one is a well-used punch. So we're also going to use the chocolate chip. And we're going to sponge the sides of our pumpkin pie and our old olive. And then I use the Lucky Limeade. Is a lighter color green than the old olive, and it makes the skeleton look a little happier.
Yeah. And then we're going to use the snail tape.
Alright, so that goes on that. Yep, so we're going to put our inch onto our 1 1/4. That is very good.
And then we're going to snail the back of the green, and then we're going to stick it onto the black on it. We're going to line it up.
Yep, in the center. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to flip that guy over.
Then we're going to flip it over 2 lines, and then we're going to stick it on the center of the flower.
The scallop circle.
Gonna line it up.
Alright,
And there we go. There's your skeleton. And then we're going to stick it on to the card. And there we go.
yep.
Then we put the little...
And then I also use the little mini Halloween erasers. And then Stampin' used to sell these. They don't anymore, but I just go to the local craft store, and it's just the pretzel bags. And then I just tape it on the back. And sometimes I add ribbon at about here just to fancy it up or not. But that's this video for Boy Girl Boy Designs. Please visit our website at boygirlboydesigns.blogspot.com.
Thank you, and have a very nice day. Thank you.